Gemini, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, you have my deepest respect. I appreciate you. If you are just cross-watching, make sure you come into the channel and check out the other playlists, okay? Find your sign and maybe some of the energies might line up. Gemini, general reading. Keep in mind, sometimes these cards line up with us, in our day-to-day grind. And if they do, cool. They're like little nuggets of inspiration or hope. Stick with that. If they don't line up, just leave it for somebody else, all right? I'm going to give you the shuffle, and we'll talk about the categories, okay? All right, Gemini, right off the bat, I want to let you know I have been putting your haiku poems right before your reading. I hope this is okay with everybody. I haven't really had any comments negative about that, but I feel like it's a really cool way to transition into your reading, okay? So just keep that in mind right before your reading. I'll show you those poems. All right, Gemini, I wish for you love. I wish for you peace. I wish for you abundance. I wish for you mostly the patience to endure the things that sometimes are challenging and tough, okay? All right, we're going to talk about the 10 categories of the Celtic cross. I will go in depth with them, so sometimes it can get a little long-winded. So if you're impatient, may not be the channel for you. Gemini, we're going to talk about your current energy, your crossing challenge. We're going to look at the foundation. We're going to look at the recent past, lots of major arcana. It's going to be a good reading. We have the possibilities, the near future, lots of major arcana. Okay, Gemini, interesting. We have the self. We have the environment, the hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, and the outcome and the direction. My goodness, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. Gemini, this is going to be a very interesting read. I've got your poems ready. I'll be right back with you. Okay, Gemini, we're starting off the reading with the King. Oh, by the way, I hope you like those poems. They were for you. I love you. We're starting off this reading with the King of Cups, okay? So anytime we're going to do the present energy, King of Cups, or I'm sorry, the Knight, right? Anyway, when the Knight shows up, we got love in the air, okay? That's what I'm trying to get at. For some of you, this may apply. It may not. Like I said, just take the energy as it fits for you. But your current energy is like someone's coming in towards you, okay? Or it could be on the opposite side. You could be about to reach out to somebody, but we're going to get into this. Be brave. You do got 4 major arcanas. We need to address the elephant in the room. That's important, okay? All right, so we're going to start this reading off with the Knight of Cups. Sorry about that very beginning there. I called it the King. It might as well have been the King. They have that same kind of energy going on, but someone's moving towards you, okay? This has got softness. This has got... I feel like for you, it almost feels suspicious here because it's been a while maybe since someone has approached you, maybe even without some kind of a damn agenda behind it, right? But the Knight of Cups is here. It's romantic. It's got that idealistic, maybe a little impulsive, but in a way that's kind of like refreshing to you, okay? It doesn't have the chaotic, I don't pick up on any chaos in this energy here. It's someone who wants to impress you, but not perform for you, okay? No masks, all right? So, they could be rehearsing what they're about to say next to you, okay? In a situation, for some, It's checking your social media, right? Maybe looking at them more than once, okay? And it's reasonable because they're trying to figure out, if you're single. They want to know without maybe asking you directly or something like that. They don't want to be, they don't want to put you off right off the bat. So they're just kind of really playing it in their mind, So they're, probably like writing some kind of a damn message and then looking at it going, no, damn, right? But it's like finally sending you the message, hey, are you up? It's like 11:50 in the morning or in the evening, something like that. I don't know. It's got a feminine energy that maybe might, I don't know. She might be posting. I say she, it doesn't have to be gender specific, but I don't know. Maybe you're going to notice like the subtle lip gloss upgrade, that type of energy as far as the feminine is concerned. But it could look like someone who's ghosted you maybe like months ago. Okay, and now they're checking out your, they're checking out your, latest posts or whatever you've got going on. We could be talking about maybe a coworker or something kind of lingering just a little bit too long at your desk or where you're at. I don't know. Maybe got that. I'm pretending to be interested in the way you're, stocking shelves. I don't know how that works, but there you go. A friend, maybe type of energy, finding excuses just to be in your orbit. Okay, that's the energy I'm picking up on. Okay, it's got compliments. Maybe like something about your voice, your laugh, your eyes. Something kind of soft but a little intimate here, right? So I don't know, a masculine energy. Buying some new cologne because he expects to see you, something like that. So as far as the feminine energy, it's kind of like, you may find yourself starting to wear like softer colors, something like that. Okay. Um, Synchronicities could look something like 717 angel numbers. This has got alignment with it. Okay. Especially when it comes to, emotional growth or something like that. So this is you aligning with someone maybe who is mirroring your emotional growth, right? This is the right person, the right timing card. Okay. All right. Now we've got this challenge. We've got the star. We could be talking about Aquarius energy. Does not have to apply, but could be. Or a significant date anytime between January 20th through February 18th. Those might be, you might have something going on here, okay? All right, I'm going to be soft with this next part, okay? The challenge isn't hope. It's like trusting hope again, right? The star is kind of like asking you to believe in something good without, waiting for the other damn shoe to drop here, okay? I feel like your heart, it wants to open, right? But you're afraid that maybe someone might be too good to be true for you here. So, this could look like, the healing from maybe some breadcrumbs or something like that. But I don't know, maybe you're scared of being vulnerable first here in this situation. Okay. Maybe you're worried that they'll lose interest in you once they figure who you are, they figure you out, that type of situation. Right. But, I'm afraid of being seen in my softer moments kind of energy. Maybe you're doubting that you're not attractive enough, or right. Or, just that repeat of karmic cycles or lessons. Maybe you resist compliments, because it just feels foreign to you. You're not really sure how to take those things. Okay. As far as like synchronicities are concerned, the star does associate with like the spirit animal, the hummingbird. Okay. It's kind of like a reminder of joy. um, it doesn't have to be complicated. Okay. Something sweet is trying to reach you. That's the takeaway with the hummingbird here. So for some of you, you might actually enjoy hummingbirds. You may have like a hummingbird tattoo or something like that, or about to feed the hummingbirds. It's getting to be that season. All right, just take what applies here. Gemini, we have the foundation card, the Fool. We are talking around Mercury or the Venus transit here. That does align up with the Fool card in the major arcana as far as astrology is concerned. This is the reset button. This is the energy of, I'm not who I used to be, right? And I sure as hell ain't going back. This is a new chapter. You got the lighter heart, way more clear boundaries. And I feel like this is the willingness to take a risk again here. Okay. So it could look like that in the dating scene, or, maybe for some of you leaving a relationship. Others, it's This is not recklessly, okay? This is all about bravery, stepping into something new, open to, someone outside of your usual type, that you normally find interest in, something like that. Um, I don't know. Maybe you're willing to initiate a conversation instead of just waiting on one. It's got I'm ready to move. For some of you, it's travel or just shifting the environment that you've been in. Okay, it's kind of like you're letting go of toxic ex influences. You're saying yes to invitations that you would normally just decline on. Okay, perhaps you're flirting again. Like naturally. It's not forced. It doesn't feel awkward or something like that. And this has got trusting your intuition. Way more than your fear. Okay. So anyway, for as far as synchronicities are concerned, just signs about new beginnings. Clarity, anything that resembles illumination. For some of you, it could be like candles. You might be candle lovers. You might be about to go purchase some new candles. But anyway, something is definitely lighting up in your path here. Okay. All right, Gemini. Moving on again. Another major arcana, the High Priestess. Um, for some of you, you could be dealing with the moon phases right now. The moon affects a lot of us emotionally, and for some of us physically, right? But definitely be aware of this next moon phase. Okay, this is the I've been quiet, I've been observant, and deeply intuitive. Right? It's that I don't know. I'm just kind of watching people's behavior around me instead of just words. Perhaps for some of you, it's like you saw a truth about someone, and you didn't need the proof anymore. Okay. Perhaps for some of you, it's like you're sensing someone pulling away, maybe before they admitted it, or feeling somebody coming closer to you. Right. This is high intuition. So maybe you felt I don't know. Maybe you felt maybe someone's jealousy or something. And they may have just pretended to be like happy for you or something like that. You know how that is. Oh, I'm so happy for you. You just kind of sense that. Yeah, that was bullshit, right? I don't know. Maybe someone has been watching you on your social media. You got that burner account, right? For others, this is like maybe sensing a third party before it maybe was revealed. I don't know. Maybe maybe you knew maybe someone wasn't over their ex or something like that. It's just got that. I don't know. I can sense someone's fear of commitment, or I can feel someone's desire even when they're maybe acting cold or something like that. Like I said, so this is high intuition, and definitely pay attention. It could be syncing up with the natural cycles, like I said, the moon for some of you. Okay. Anyway, this is definitely your inner knowing that's just becoming very sharp at this time. All right. So now we're looking at the possibilities, and we have the Four of Swords. Oops, maybe I should turn that around. Right. Got the Four of Swords. This might poke at one of your old bruises. Okay, here, but I'm saying with love. I'll go slow with it, but we're talking about definitely timing here. Okay. It's about when you're focused on something else entirely here. This is talking like you're trying to kick back so you can forget about something. But you're about to get clarity. Okay, it's not about chasing. This is all about resting. Uh, this could be someone thinking about you very heavily. Okay, and this may be putting you, since you're in that high priestess energy, it could be putting you in that state. That maybe you're wondering what somebody meant from like an old message or something like that. And you're feeling that you know maybe they're wondering what you meant, or wondering, do we still have a chance at this? Or if we're talking about a masculine energy, it's like the masculine lies awake at night, thinking about what maybe they should have said. The feminine energy is like replaying the last interaction or something like that in their mind. This is really like pulling back. It could look like someone stalking your old posts late at night for some of you, and others it could look like just maybe someone's regret from pulling away from a situation. For some, it could look like maybe an apology, but maybe fearing that they might be rejected or something like that. Okay. But it, I kind of feel like maybe for some of you, you've been having dreams. Okay. And maybe there's some clarity that's coming in your dreams. So really kind of pay attention to your dreams if you're able to do that. Right. For some people, it's hard to do, but really trying to understand The interpretation of our dreams is a tough one, but sometimes you can really pull a lot of clarity from that. Okay, so maybe you're about to understand about someone's silence. Okay, maybe for some of you, it's like you're finally going to see, their true intentions. Okay, but I feel like your situation is definitely rising to like a new level. Okay, emotionally, or literally, right? Okay. So now we have the near future, another major arcana, the Hierophant. This is interesting. Okay, this is synchronicities for sure. Someone wants to do the right thing with you. Okay, this is not casual. This is not, let's see where this thing goes. Okay, this is about someone stepping up here. The Hierophant talks about uh, a student of the arts. Okay, so somebody is definitely practicing they're stepping up skills here. This is someone asking you out, like on a real date, not just to hang out. This has got that masculine energy that says I want to be consistent with you. Okay, and the for the feminine energy, it's like, I don't know, introduces you to someone important or something like that. This is, I want exclusivity. Someone wanting to define a relationship. Someone maybe wants to meet your family, or wants to show you off. This has got, I want to invest in you long term. Okay, so maybe somebody's about to prove to you just how serious they really are. Okay, and as far as like synchronicities are concerned, you could be like, you may not be a love song person, right? But there may be like some love songs, like you're hanging out in the store, doing your thing, getting your groceries, whatever. But some song comes up and it reminds you of this situation. Okay, yeah, but this is definitely about the emotional frequency that's rising. Okay, the universe is definitely echoing your desires in this card. Okay, all right, now we're going to talk about the self. You know, this is your magnetic glow, right? This is definitely, people are noticing you, people are attracted to you, people thinking about you. This is someone flirting boldly. This could be you flirting. Okay, someone complimenting your body, or just your style, how you are. Okay, so this might come across a little bold, but I feel like this is, as far as the synchronicities are concerned, this will be your sign. Okay, and for some of you, you may not be feeling this right now. You might be like, JT, what the shit? I don't feel like none of this. But I'm telling you, this is the self. This is your original energy. This is who you are. This is your magnetism. This is your feeling, your sexual energy, right? The expressiveness of yourself. I don't know, I'm ready to take initiative. You're ready to say yes to passion. You know, you're not dimming your fire for anybody here. Okay. So, as far as like synchronicities are concerned, you could be seeing somebody's, initials, something like that. Someone with matching initials or something, connected to you in this path. Okay. But I feel like you're definitely ready to take the initiative in this situation. Okay. Now we're moving on into the environment. Gemini, we got the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So the Three of Pentacles is definitely people talking about you in a good way. Okay. This is, I feel like you're being noticed, maybe for your skill set. Maybe you're a hard worker. Maybe people are just, they're into your personality, your presence. You have this definite glow up going on. Someone wants to collaborate with you. Maybe someone wants to work with you on a project. Maybe you're doing side hustles, something like that. But it could look like somebody who really wants to build something real with you, sharing these ideas with you. Okay, it could be like a coworker or something like that, that you're around, that maybe you partner up with on a project, or I don't know, maybe you find that people are kind of like flocking to you for advice or something like that. For some of you that could apply. Maybe someone wants to invest in like your ideas, or maybe they just want to help you grow in a particular way. But I feel like it's just this exterior force that's around you, that it's got that supportive, important, kind of a futuristic. They want to build something with you in this energy. So somebody definitely wants to be a part of your world. As far as synchronicities are concerned, I don't know. Maybe you might be getting like that. I don't know. This might sound a little off, but like a digital nudge. You're on your phone, you're on your tablet, your computer, whatever it is, and all of a sudden you're getting these glitches. And I'm not talking about from just like bad service, right? But glitches seem to be kind of a the universe's way here to like get you to, hey, pay attention, pay attention. I've been trying to talk to you, that type of deal. So pay attention to your synchronicities, Gemini. All right, hopes, fears, wishes, or worries. We've got Queen of Swords. A little bit of a soft landing here, Gemini, but I'm going to phrase it so gently because it matters. All right, this is all the wants, right? It's I want honesty, I want clarity, I want respect. You know, but behind it lurking is that afraid of being guarded, right? The Queen of Swords is a little bit emotionally avoidant and guarded. So it's like the universe is telling you you're not too much. You know, you're afraid of being vulnerable. You know, you're afraid of being judged. You're afraid of being abandoned. Afraid of being manipulated. All the bullshit, old patterns and everything. But I feel like that's why the Queen of Swords is there. You know, it's like your intuition is definitely confirming something to you. So pay attention. It's saying all of these things, the distrust, losing yourself in someone, all of those things that you're afraid of, it's about to break loose for you. Okay. This is about to come to a full head. Gemini, the outcome and the direction, the Two of Pentacles. This is when you are focused on something else. All of this is about to happen for you. Okay. The outcome is balance, but it's not the kind that you're going to have to fight for here. I feel like, for some of you, this could be, you're juggling like two paths. Okay. This could be like you're already in a relationship and now there is this new romantic opportunity. For others, it could look like maybe like, a financial or a career breakthrough or something like that. But you're entering a season where I feel like you can have both. You can have all the cake and eat it too, right? I give you permission. It's getting a new job or the new love interest. Balance your dating with all your personal goals. Just it's got managing your time better. No more the overgiving, no more chasing, no more settling. You're choosing yourself first. All of those kind of generic terms here, but this is attracting opportunities that is definitely going to match and balance your energy. Okay, definitely stepping into a more stable future here. So I don't know, something hidden is about to become clear. So there is definitely a truth emerging in here for you, Gemini. I feel like you're blowing up. It feels big. Okay, someone's energy is moving towards you fast. It's real. You're stepping into a chapter where I feel like love, clarity, opportunity, all of that stuff is about to show up at the same time. So, you've been healing stuff, right? The past, karmic relationships, yes, there's been doubt. Yeah, there's been second guessing, your worth, those types of things. But I feel like it's, you're not forgotten and you damn sure ain't done. Okay. This was a beautiful reading. Those four cards that showed up right there, I feel like they are what you needed to hear. Okay. The major arcana show up really as those kind of like major events in our lives. And I feel like you're experiencing this. You're really, really feeling it in your heart space. So enjoy it, roll with it. You know what I mean? Gemini, hey, if you enjoyed this reading, let me know, would you? Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscription button and turn your notifications on, okay? Anyway, I love you. I respect you. I wished all of these blessings for you from the beginning. So, give this reader some love, all right? Anyway, all right. Hope to get to see you on the next one. All right, bye-bye.